Cool. We are live again. And I'm moving the microphone. I don't know why I'm forgetting to set the microphone. It's the one of the important parts here, right? Hello guys, welcome to another stream with me, Bamix. Hello, hello, hello. Just type on the chat. Let's see who's there already. Let me move my screen. Hello, how are you guys? How are you been holding together this week, last week, any week? So I think we're live. Are we? Are we? Let me just check. Yeah, yep, we are. I am live. Okay, let's wait a few minutes for people to get here, and then we can start with the topic for today and do crazy stuff like we always do. Crazy shit. I'll get some water. Cheers. Just got this new water bottle. It's pretty cool. Really like it. It's big and can hold a lot of water, which is great. Alrighty. Hey Felipe, what's up, Bob? What's up, guys? How are you guys? How are you guys? I'm just testing some stuff before we move on for today's stream. How are you guys been this week? Alrighty. Let's see what's wrong here. It seems like it's kind of working. I don't know. Alrighty, so cool. Oh, you're in South Texas? I'm really here in the border with Texas. Where are you? Where do you live, Bob? I can get to Texas in like about an hour. That's mostly the time we spent crossing the border. But yeah, I can get to the border in like 10 minutes. I'm really close. Okay. This is working. Cool. Okay. College Station, 90 miles northwest of Houston. Yeah, you're not that far away from me. Cool. That's cool, man. Glue constraints. Hey, Chris Cousins. It's evening in the UK, is it? There's a lot of difference in time between you and I. It's 11 p.m. in UK. Wow. That's night. Yeah. It's 4 p.m. here, so yeah, there's a big difference in time zones there. Okay. Alrighty, so I guess we should start, right? Let me just I was testing some stuff before we get to this, so it's gonna be cool. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm done with my testing. So Danilo, what's up, Danilo? It's 12 a.m. in Italy, but it's well, I guess it's already Wednesday there. I mean Thursday day there, Danilo, right? You're already a day ahead of us. Well, not a day, but it's cool. All right, so guys, first of all, I guess some of you saw the video that I posted yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, about me having a crisis. That did happen to me. Well, I guess it's stuff that happens to us, right? When we are creative people, we have feelings and stuff like that. People, feelings, man. And I'm good. Why did I posted that? It wasn't. It was not like a clickbait or whatever. It's. I feel really really well helping people, and I've gotten over a few things in life. So if this helps someone, like I had so many replies. The video has so many good comments and all the stuff. Thank you for all those comments, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming forward as well and telling me that you had issues as well, or went through something, or just stopping by to say, hey, you're doing great, man, keep it up, or something like that, which is it's really great. And if we can help each other in any way, not just work but life, I really like that. So thank you for that, and I really appreciate you guys not being creeped out about what I posted. So okay, so today I want to talk about glue constraints, and it's some people don't even know how to use them. I know that it is a little bit weird, but it's pretty simple, and it's actually really cool how you can use glue constraints to control stuff in Houdini. So let me was doing a scene for this, but we're gonna do it recreate everything here. This is gonna be more of a tutorial than ever. I am doing that. La 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 la. Let me don't do that. Okay, so okay, I did something wrong here. Ah, yeah, I know why. Because this is not carving at all. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so hey, Matty boy, what's up? Miname's. All right. What did I do? One. Okay, so let's. I'm gonna start from scratch. So let me show you what I'm doing. Alrighty. Oh, the chat's not working. Let me fix that really quick. I forgot about the chat. Just give me a second, and there we go. The chat's back. I'm gonna put my chat actually here, so I don't have to be looking all the way there. Cool. I like this actually. I like this setup. Hey, Julian and Antonio. Hello, Antonio. Hola, Antonio. Hola, Antonio. Hola, Antonio, ¿qué haces? Okay, vamos. Let's start with the fresh new scene, and we're not gonna be breaking Roberto today. We're gonna use a grid. We're gonna use a grid, and let's add a bunch of divisions to this. You know what? Even more than that, 100 and 100. All right. Before I continue, I want to tell you about, you know what, where is my, here it is, my page that I had here open. Don't forget, guys, that we have this amazing training. If you want to buy it, support us with this. One thing that I want to tell you about is the tab 2 has a menu here now. And here, when you are a client, you will see the downloads section here. We will click on that, and we'll get you to the download section. But the reason I'm mentioning this is because this week is the last week of pre-release, and tab 2 is going to be released next week on Monday. Hopefully, if everything goes all right. But the pre-release, it's gonna disappear from here, and also from here, the minimum price is gonna go away. The minimum price is gonna be 50. You can still gonna be still gonna be able to buy it for any price you want, but the minimum price is gonna be 50, and that's it. The pre-sale, it's gonna end this week. So if you haven't bought tab 2, you should get it right now. The development has been really cool. We had a lot of development, and the tool is working perfectly. I already been working in features for version 2, which is going to be way more cool than what it is. You will get updates for tab 2. So if you buy it today, if you buy version 2, you will be automatically updated to version 2. And so if you buy it today in pre-release, you get it. If you want to help us more, you can give us any amount of money you want there. All right, so let's go back to the grid here. That's the commercial break. Let me just clean my glasses. I have something in my glasses here. All right, I think I made it works. All right, so I'm gonna do a grid, and I'm gonna fracture this grid. So I'm gonna scatter some points on it. You can you can scatter any points. Let's say let's do the Voronoi fracture. Let's make this guy a little bit bigger for the stream. Save that. Voronoi fracture. You can put any points here that you want. You can even connect the same points. Like right now we have like 1,000 points, which is too much. You can even plug. This thing is doing 3D. Fracture. Now I'm gonna do 2D for this. Create inside surface. There we go. I don't want to create an inside surface because this is flat. But what I was trying to tell you is that you can even plug the same points, and you want to fracture it with that. Right now I have a lot of points. Slow maybe if it lets me. It's gonna cook. You can connect. Let me do this. Let me connect this guy here, relative, and just put like 40. Let's see if that is faster. And it's not. It's taking a little bit. Let's see. Is my window okay? I think it's a little bit lower than regularly. So you can see it fractured this. Let me put it smaller. Let's say 10. See, it fracture using the points of the grid, but it looks like a grid again. You can visualize the pieces and see what you got. If you want to do something like a little bit funky with the Voronoi fracture, you can do kind of like that, and it will give you this kind of a pattern, which is pretty cool. If you divide the grid, let's divide this. So let me put it here. No, it's gonna be the same points. Anyway, all right. So yeah, you can do kind of like that. But if you don't have the points exactly where they are, they're gonna create these kind of cells now. So that's what we want to do. But the scatter also takes some color, so let's create a curve. Alright, let's do it here in the top view. Let's create a curve, and this curve is gonna be just crossing along this surface here. Let me make these nerfs and make it deform it a little bit more, kind of like that. It's cool, and it's a little bit too big, so let me make it here closer to where we're working. Yeah, like that. Okay, just wanted to go through the middle, doesn't matter. I'm gonna add some color to this curve. I'm gonna make this red, and then I'm gonna add some color to the grid as well. Okay, I'm gonna make this black. So I'm gonna attribute transfer the color to the grid from the curve. Now we have this totally red thing because the radius here is huge. So let's go there and make the radius smaller. Now you can see we don't have enough points there, so let's make a lot more points here. So yeah, now that it's not working either because the curve just has some points, and the attribute transfers the color from the points to the other points. So what we need to do is, in this guy, since it's a NURBS curve, we're gonna resample it to make a lot of dots there. So you can see now we have now a lot of points there. Now it's gonna transfer as we want. Let's make this not too too wide, and then I'm gonna put a smooth node, and let me hide this. And instead of the P attribute, we want to smooth the color that we added there. Let's put the filter quality down and smooth this a lot. He never liked the edges there, but let's see if it's another method makes a little bit better, but it doesn't. So that's what we have right now, and then we can pipe this to the scatter node or scatter node. So we can pipe this this grid that has colors to this guy. And now instead of just putting points whatever the scatter wants, now we're gonna say, you know what, use the density attribute, but the attribute is called color. So let's just pick the color there. And now if we see the points here, you can see there's more points where where the grid is red. Actually, you can see if we put more points here, there it is. I don't like this relaxing thingy, makes it too uniform. And then we have a bunch of points there. Let me just maybe relax it a little bit, not too much, not completely, like that. Then if we put that into the Voronoi fracture, it's gonna do this beautiful thing. So now the fracture that we want, it's in the middle. And what we're gonna do, it's one of those examples with the ground, it's just breaking. So that's what we're gonna do here. A very simple version of this. Don't criticize me, but that's what we're gonna do. We have 600 points. Let's reduce this to what am I selecting? Let's put 400 for now, so we don't have as much points. All right, so that's what we're going to do there. And now we are going to extrude this because this is flat. But I made all this stuff because it's gonna be a floor, so it doesn't need to have any depth here. So poly extrude here, extrude it by 0.1. I'll put the back so it's close. So now we have these pieces here. So now we're gonna do it. It's gonna start with the same part. So let's say this is gonna be the cracked flow. And let's save. Am I on the right project? I don't even have the project here. Let me set the project. Set project. Give me a second here to learn their webinars. There's not even a project here. Project. Let me just accept that and save this file because saving is important. Here, mix cracked flow. Right. So if you have any questions while I'm doing this, let me know. Did I save it as title? No. All right. So now we're gonna start doing the cool part, right? So let's go to the rigid body shelf and use the arbitrary fracture object tool with this guy selected. Bam. It asks us if we want to use packed object or arbitrary fracture. Always use packed object. And now it creates some stuff. So it creates this node and it creates some nodes here. And now if we play, it's gonna be falling, but we don't want it to just be falling. But just to make sure that everything is working, let's create a ground plane here. And let's see if it's falling. No, it's not falling because it's in the floor there, exactly where the floor is. But just let's move it just to see it do something here. It's gonna start simulating. It's gonna break in those parts. That no surprises there. No, nothing surprising here, right? So now we're gonna use glue constraints. So what we can do here is just with this guy that we have already fractured and stuff, we can go to the rigid body solver, rigid body tool, rigid body shelf again, and we can click this guy. This is called glue adjacent pieces, which is this little kind of a glue thingy. I think we can see it here now. Adjacent, no. All right, so yeah, I know. Add glue. There we go. That's the icon. That's a little bit big. So we can we select this guy, click that, and it's gonna do some stuff. Did it do it? No. Oh, select the RBD objects is saying here. So I'm gonna select this guy. This is the RBD object node and press enter here in the viewport. Enter. Now it created some stuff here extra, which is all this part here, which is glue constraints. Let's press L to move everything into place, lay out the nodes. So it's this part that it created here. So now if we go to the crack floor again, there are some nodes. Oh, they are not there. It's actually here. This create a new constraint network here. You can see we have this constraint network. Who's messaging me? Let me just see if it's something important or not. Okay, sorry for that. That was my wife. Okay, so creates this network here that just does all this stuff, right? So what we're gonna just create some networks of some constraints. So what are we doing here is, you can see this guy keeps breaking. I thought we already glued this stuff. Well, the glue, it might not be as strong. So let's go to the glue constraint, and you can see there's a strength here. Right now it's 10,000, but apparently that's not enough. So let's put it to 100,000, and now you can see this thing didn't break instantaneously in the first collision. You can see it's moving along like that, but then in the second one it starts to break some parts. Doesn't break everywhere, but it starts to break, right? Like here, and then, but some parts are still glued together, and that's what the glue network is doing. So what the glue network is let's go to the glue network here. what's happening here is just it's grabbing our geometry, and then it's just grabbing the first. Come on. It's grabbing the just importing the geometry, and then it's creating this. This is doing just nothing. This connect adjacent pieces. This is what the important part here is. So this guy creates that. You can see this looks like a web or something. Let me hide this. We don't need this anymore. So let's create this. If we template the previous one, you can see what's happened is this from every center of these pieces is just creating a line between them. I'm merging all the lines together. Hey Mahmoud, what's up? So it's just creating these connections between the pieces, and that's what the constraints are. You can see it's just here. This node just creates some names that Houdini will recognize in DOPS, and those names will be used for the connection for the glue networks. So that's what's happening, but that is not the interesting part here. So if we don't want this to be broken, we can make this super strong, and it's not gonna be broken. You can see now it didn't broke at all. So if you want this to break, you need a force stronger to break it. So if something hits it harder, it might break the constraint if it's faster than this strength here, and it will break. But right now it's not breaking nothing. It's breaking it. But we can do something more creative. Let's don't move this guy. So now you understand that this guy is just has this network of stuff. All right, let me put this a little bit higher because I don't know why it moves, sinks into the floor sometimes. Okay, so now it's sticking to the floor. So now we can, what if we want to break this along this line like that, right? Well, what we can do, it's something, let me make this, move this again actually. Or you know what, let me just, yeah, move this like this, and let's break some of the constraints. Right now it's being broken because the strength is too high. So if we go to the glue network, and this guy, it's just geometry, so you can do whatever you do to geometry and break these constraints. Like I can say, let me break that and delete those points. You can see I deleted some points there. Oh, maybe not. What happened here? I want to delete some points. It didn't let me. S2, delete. What's happening here? Let's see. Let's try with primitives. Okay, why is it not letting me delete stuff here? This is just points. Constraint attributes. I think, yeah, I don't want it to be doing that. Let me move this guy. Let me move this. Let me just move this network here. I could move it. Let's kill that guy and see if I can kill this now. I don't know why is it not letting me delete stuff? I done this a couple times. I've done this a lot actually. Okay, let me move these nodes, these ones, to here where the floor is, and let's put them here, and use this guy here, and this should be working. Adjacent pieces, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, I know why, because this it's failing here because we moved the node. Let me just select the correct node that I moved here, and it shouldn't be complaining now. Let's see. Okay, it's not complaining. Cool. But everything's breaking now. So let's see what happened here. Attribute name used or recognized. Let me see what I did. I did something wrong here. This guy does not create anything. B. This has the name attribute. This is looking for the name attribute. Let me just see what I did here. Hold on a second. Let's just put the name attribute here. There we go. Why is there no name attribute? I don't know. Okay, that's working, but this is not working. I don't know why. Invalid name for partitioning, packed fragment primitives. Is this not packed? It is packed. Packed fragments. That's weird. That is weird. Alright, so let's just do this again. I don't know. I broke this. I broke it. I broke this because it wasn't letting me do what I need to do, which is not something that Houdini should let me do. I don't really know what's happening here. Okay, so we can set this up. All right, so now it's working here. I don't know why. Here. Okay. All right, so now it's working. This is what I wanted to do. So let's just undo what we did. So let's just keep it as it was. I was doing something wrong, probably. So let's just get the whatever it was doing. Now, okay, so now this is working exactly as I wanted. So now you can see the glue network is controlling which pieces are sticking together, right? Hey Sarah, yeah, I like streaming, cool. But now here we broke some of those connections here. If we put this back, these connections back, we can see that nothing's gonna break because the glue constraint is really strong, which is what we want. But if we delete some pieces here, you can see I just deleted some points there. It's nothing fancy at all. You see now that area that I deleted is not constrained. So now you can kind of see the power of this now, right? So let's do something in DOPS. Let's cancel the gravity just so we can see what's gonna happen here. And we have this thing over the floor here. Let me just like that, and it's not gonna fall because nothing is falling. And but let's see, we can add some. Let me try to get this curve. So what I want to do is get this curve and start deleting those points with this curve. So I'm gonna, since we have this curve over here, we can copy it here. And then let me move this guy to the floor. So now, instead of deleting with this guy, I'm gonna capture some of these points with this line, or just we can do the same. Let's do the same thing. Let's use it with a color. Let's put color to these points and make them black, and these ones will make them red, not too red, and then just transfer the attributes to this side of the chain. So we have here, what we have here is these points they are actually black. You can see them there. We're gonna transfer this color there, but again, we don't want to transfer it to everything. We just want to transfer it to the closest ones, like there, like that. All right, so I want to transfer it to those guys. But now what I have here is I have a setup that I can just do a curve here and just see what it's with a curve. I can just kind of start doing this. I want to do it from the other side, so let's start with this. You can see I can transfer color to that, but the most important thing is that I can actually delete those with let's try to delete. Let's see if the grouping works for me. CDR greater than 0.1. Nah. Maybe let's try this in points. Yes, it worked. Awesome. First time that thing works. And then I'm just gonna make this go to the no. Keep the color that they had before. So now we have this, and if we animate this guy, we're gonna be deleting constraints. And if you think about it, it's saying, all right, these constraints are deleted, so they're going to fall, right? So we can animate this guy. So let's try, just make sure that this is working so far. So let's, what should we do here? Should we just create some something on the sides maybe to, let's see, let's also transfer, I wanted to transfer velocity to those guys, but I don't think I'm going to. Let me just make this guy again just fall, just so we can see it really quickly. I don't want to mess around too much. So, we don't have any gravity. So the gravity is back up. So, all right, so it's not working right now. So let's see what's happening. Good constraint. I moved that, and the curve it's over here, so that's why it is not leading those points, right? So we cannot move this guy like that, because we're not selecting the points that we want there. So I'm gonna do 2 boxes to hold it together for now. I don't want to do too much here, so let me just do 2 boxes to hold this in place. 0.5, and I'm gonna go inside this box, make a transform, move it to the other side. Yeah, that I should not have done that, but okay. Yeah, I shouldn't be doing that actually. We'll do it back here again. Minus 0.5. Okay, and let's move this original one over here like that, and scale in this direction. All right, like that. I just want to 0.5, and this one stays there. Okay, so hopefully this is making sense. I'm gonna delete the ground plane. I'm not gonna use the ground plane here. The ground plane is gone. but I'm gonna use these guys to support that. So let's just make those static objects here. Collision, static object, those guys there, and now we should have okay, it's working. Okay, so it's falling a little bit, but it's working. Okay, there. I don't see these guys falling. Maybe it's something weird. We can add some wind or something below, maybe. Let's add some wind force, and let's put it pointing up. Let's see if that. Okay, so now those pieces are moving, so they are not sticking to the ground now. Okay, I don't want this to be so low, 0.1 like that. Okay, so now you can see those pieces are not being stuck there. So this wind doesn't look cool, but it's what we're gonna do right now. Oh, I don't want to move the rest of the floor. Okay, that's good enough for us to do this. So now what we can do is we can animate the disappearing of the constraint. So let's disable update and then animate this guy to start at 0 and then at 48 all the way to 1. So now you can see it's going to be deleting those constraints like that. So that means those pieces are going to be stuck here at the beginning, and then it's going to be breaking those pieces as the constraint moves along. And you can see now that's exactly what's happening. There we go. You can see that's happening, and actually the piece is breaking here because there's nothing to hold it in place. So now you can see that is working beautiful. Pretty cool, right? So that's basically the setup. We set up the glue constraints, and then we break the constraints by hand. And this is really useful because if the supervisor of your boss or you say this is too slow, can you make it faster? Yeah, all you have to do is just change one keyframe here. It's like, all right, it's gonna take 31 frames now, and there we go, just breaking along. That's pretty cool. It's like, it's not complex at all. All the setup that we have to do was a bit more complex, but once you just do this, it's really simple. It's just like, yeah, that's freaking cool. We can make these guys maybe fall or something, but I just wanted to show you guys how to do it. Like, maybe let's put the force down. Now you can see those pieces are being broken there. Why is it I know what's happening here in the box. The collisions are off. Let's go to bullet data. Yeah, that's good. Let's put concave. There we go. Now this will fall down. There, you can see it now. It's just breaking there. Of course, this wind force is weird. It's pointing. Let's point it down. 100. So now you can see that stuff is breaking like it should break. Look at that. Cool. So we have control over this the whole time, and if we want to change anything, like let's go to the here, I just copy this curve here, but let's object merge the curve here because we're gonna do something cool. Crook floor curve. Let's merge this curve here, so we don't have two copies of this. But now what we can do is all this whole effect is like the supervisor comes and said, hey, you know what? This curve should be more over to the other side instead of that side. Oh, really? Okay. So you're saying it should go like this? Yeah, like that. So, okay. Let me move it there. It's gonna be a little bit slow because it's doing the fracturing, but it's actually not that slow. You can see it's moving quite responsive there. And the director says, or the supervisor, yeah, I think that's the right path. I think that's exactly the right path it should go. Let me make this. Let me move this box because it's just not gonna be on the right place. Let me move it over to there. There. And now we just modify the curve, and now if we hit play, everything works. Like, we made a totally procedural setup right now. Like, we just changed one thing and everything works. Again, if you want to make this move in another direction, you can do it, but that's basically it. It's pretty damn simple to do. It's because, and it's pretty intuitive because this stuff, the glue constraints are actually geometry, and you can view it. And I'm pretty sure those ILM guys, let's see, transformers, driller, scene. I'm pretty sure that the guys at ILM use that for this scene. Have you guys seen this scene where this thing, it's, no, that's not the thingy. This guy, so it's breaking the street and stuff. I'm pretty sure they broke it like that. All this stuff that it's breaking here in the floor, and when it goes up the building, you can see all that stuff, it's been broken, and I'm pretty sure they did it like that. If I'm mistaken, they did use something really similar. Like this here, all these areas, I'm pretty sure they use a really similar technique to this. All these scenes are perfect to do this kind of effect. Just having this thing moving along the building like that. It's just perfect for this kind of effect here, or technique rather. All right. Juan Carlos says, where can I learn Bex? There's a bunch of Bex stuff. I do have some videos based on the joy of Bex, but it's in English, so it's in English. So if you want it in Spanish, I don't think there's any Bex stuff in Spanish, Carlos. But you can start maybe with The Joy of Bex by Matt, which is this Joy of Bex. It's 20 days to kind of start learning Bex. You can start there. I don't have any training for Bex. I don't. And Miguel Ortiz says that, yeah, activation by area. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they use something really similar to this. So, yeah. You guys have any questions? If you don't, I guess this is going to be it for today, because there's a lot of stuff here. So just to recap, we have our pre-cracked object. Then we pass it to No, this is not what I want. We create the glue constraints that we make the super strong, so they don't move until we wanted them to move, and then we just control the just break the constraints here whatever way you want. In this case, I just chose to transfer some color and delete the points, but you can do it any way you need to here, and it would work. I don't know why I can't see this stuff now. Houdini, it's messing with me. So there we go. We just deleted the constraints that we don't want, and that's the part that it's kind of being dynamic, and now you can do whatever you want with these dynamic pieces. So let me see. I was doing another scene. Is this the same one? Let me save that. Correct. No, this is another one, right? So I was doing this scene before we started, which is basically the same thing. No, this is not what I was doing. Is it? No, I don't know. This was supposed to be the one that I was doing before, but I don't see it working. The curve, something's wrong here. Yeah, the curve, it's weird. Okay, the curve was in the wrong place there. So there we go. This is the one I was doing before we started, and I'm gonna try to add also transfer velocity as we move along. Oh yeah, I didn't want it to animate this one directly actually, so let me move the card from there, because this one is it's creating the fracturing here, as we already saw the other example, creating the fracturing. Let me go to smooth. Let me see if I can transfer the I haven't deleted the nodes here, so let's do something really quick. Mike says, can you mix a growth sim with a destruction sim? Yeah, sure. Basically this transferring of color can be done in any way you want. If you want to do it with a growth sim, do it with that. I'm just doing it with a curve because it's faster, and it's most of the time this is the way you do it. So yeah, but you can do it however you like actually. As long as you have an attribute that you can control, you can do it. Let's just try to do this again. Let me just okay, let me do it again. Just give me some. What I want to do is try to transfer delete the pieces, but also transfer a velocity attribute. So let's see if that actually works, because now I think it's not gonna work here because it's not being simulated. Is it? I don't know. Let's try it. So let's just delete points on the that are greater than 0.1 on the red. They should be deleted, and let's keep the color to we can see what's happening here. Now we have this guy doing that. Why is this missing a piece here? Oh, this blast here. Get away, blast. Now the blast was working. Ah. So we have this control for the pieces there, but I want to transfer velocity to this as well. Let's see, let's do this first. Let's use this, and let's do it in 2 seconds here, like that. And let's output this here because that's what we want to do simulation to see. Let's see if that's working. It is. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, I have like a weird bump there because of collisions, but is this ground plane in the wrong place? Just move this down a little bit. Hide that ground plane. Let's see. Okay. I don't know why this is jumping. Am I already using? Yeah, I'm carrying the velocities there. Okay. So there we go. It's not jumping anymore. So seems like it's working here. Let's see. Okay, I don't know why this thing is sinking. You see, it's going down. Why? No idea. So I'm just moving the floor a little bit down so it doesn't sink. Okay, so it's just staying there right now. Now we can do maybe like a wind force again. Let's just do that to make sure that this is working. Actually, that looks cool. Look at that. That looks cool. All right, let's move the wind up. Okay, so yeah, it's working there. Let's see if we can add some velocity now. So I want to put the velocity into these chunks here. There is velocity there. Let's see, I'm already putting some velocity there. Let me try to use it. It's using it on the whole thing. All right, so it's transferring velocity to the whole thing, which is something that I don't want. So let's see, let's put the velocity. I put it here, but that I'm not using that anymore. So I'm adding velocity here to the curve. You can see there is the velocity. It's not there. B, okay. X. Now, all right. So the velocity is there, but I'm putting it down. Oh, I want to put it up. Point up, dude. Point up. Visualizers, yeah. Velocity going up. So we have velocity on the curve now. Let's transfer that to the primitives here as we carve this. So as we are doing this, let's transfer it here. Through transfer, let's transfer here the velocity. So let's see the velocity here, and you can see there's velocity everywhere because this is too big. Make it smaller. Now we're gonna be transferring velocity like that, which is what I want. And let's see if that now simulates correctly here in DOPS. I don't see the velocity there. I don't see it working. Let's try. Oh, I think we need to create deforming static objects because it's deforming. Deforming active objects, actually. It's not working. Okay, let me try making this velocity super high, like 100. If that doesn't work, I'm missing something. So it's transferring the velocity, but it's not coming to DOPS because this guy is should be deforming active object. I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to be. Nah, it is not. I can do it some other way. I can just go and create a multi-solver. But I guess this is too much already, right? Don't need this guy. Can create a multi-solver for this. Whoa. Let's just do it for the sake of this, because you guys are not asking anything, so I'm gonna do it. I can do sub-solver, sub-solver here. And inside here, I'm going to use the setup I have here. Let me just grab this setup with all this stuff. Put it here in this sub-solver and paste that, and let's make it no, not the dot geometry. Actually, I want to object merge that curve that we are using. Curve. Where are you, Mr. Curve? There we go. We want that guy. Add that velocity and to this geometry, which is this is the dot geometry. Let's not do that. Let's be transferring the velocities here inside sim. So this will update at each. Oh wow, that's too much. Let's not use these velocities because I think we're having too much velocities there. But now it's kind of transferring those, but this guy, it's active object. It's kind of transferring the whole thing to all different pieces here, so it's really cool. I like it. Yeah. Okay, it's a little bit too much. I think I put like 100 in the velocity, right? Yeah, that's too much. Okay, but yeah, that's how you can do it. There we go. You can see now it's working. Even 10 is too much. You can make the other objects just be static completely if you don't want them to move ever, but I guess this just proves my point that you can just do this. Of course, with more time and more things, you can make this look better. With more time, you can make it way better. These objects are just being bouncing like stupidly crazy. I hate this stupid bounciness. But yeah, that's how it is. That's how you do it. All right. Hope you guys had a nice view about glue objects. Now it's introduction to glue objects, and yeah, I should just remove the curves because they're bouncing because the curve is passing velocity all the time. So I'm gonna do it. What I should do is just carve it back again. Like do this, something like about here, start with the other carve, and about here just end it like that, so it's not passing the velocity all the time when it ends like that. All right, I put the display on the wrong thing there. And cool. All right, that's working. The curve, it's a little bit slow, but it's there. Yeah, that looks awesome. All right, now you can go ahead and do some breaking stuffy. All right, so let's see if there's any questions. Thank you. All right, Sergey, I appreciate you staying up late to watch the stream. Thank you. Thomas as well. Thank you for being up late, following the stream. Boy, where are find this technique to use curve and glue? Where do you find it? Well, this video. This is where you find it. All right, guys. Thank you. This was really cool. We did a lot in about an hour, which is great. I didn't thought I was going to do all the whole things that I wanted. Or everything I wanted. Of course, you can manage better your curves and everything here, but I'm just teaching you the basics. You can go ahead and make it beautiful on your own. But yeah, you can see this is looking great. Awesomeness. Of course, right now it's just pushing stuff up, but you can use maybe a tube and push more towards the sides as well, or randomize the normals and all that stuff. I don't know why I keep doing stuff. Let's randomize the this is Sparta resample, the n value, I mean the b value, the v value. Let's see if we randomize the velocities there, we can make it more interesting. Of course, randomizing is the key in effects. Randomize everything. But now you can see it just looks a little bit better there. Let's just see it like this. Of course, the fracturing it's crap as well. You don't ever want to use fracturing like that. Make it more interesting. But now you can see just what with the setup with it, we have some really cool fracturing. We have total control of this thing. We can make the curve go this way, the other way, make different curves, chain different curves to the same effect, and all that stuff. See, that looks wicked. I like it. Even has sound effects. All right, guys. So hope you enjoyed this one, guys. It's a really nice technique. I use it a lot for controlling specific parts of destruction. So go ahead and do some exercises. Maybe you can write your name on a wall with this. You can do a logo with this. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. If you have something that want us to see it, please go to the Mix Training and click on Community. Register if you haven't, and post there in the community what you've been doing. People post there what they are doing with our tutorials and personal stuff. So that's it. Lastly, if you want to support us, please buy our products. Please buy tab 2, and I'll see you in the next one, right? All right, guys. See you next week. Let's keep learning together, and bye-bye. Let's find that freaking button before we can bye-bye.